What's going on, guys? Beta Strength back here with you on a gloomy Saturday morning. Slept in a little bit, heading to the gym at 7:30. Got a busy day today, heading down to see some friends in Richmond, and got a grad party and lots of stuff, but wanted to make sure, got the time to get in last lift of the week. We're looking at some heavy bench, some overhead this morning. Looking forward to it. For bench, working up to 315 for an AMRAP, kind of like we did for the deads, and the squats, just, see how many we can get. I'm shooting for 3. I think ideally I can maybe get 4 or 5, but I haven't flat benched consistently for a while. I've been doing a lot of dumbbells, some machines, Smith, and all that jazz. So we'll see how the bar path is moving. But no, looking forward to it. Wrap up the week and plug in all the numbers, see what I'm looking like for next week in terms of jumps that I will be making. Body wise, I'm definitely feeling it. Those deads smoked me. My whole back is definitely feeling it for sure. The erectors and such, but feeling solid. Upper body's feeling good, feeling prime, ready to go. I just feel like you're never gonna get the same kind of soreness that you can get from squats that you get in your upper body. Like, I don't think, my chest and arms. Well, maybe that's not true. Few and far between, you're gonna get that feeling like you can't walk in your chest and arms. Maybe I'm not training hard enough. Maybe I'm a bitch. Maybe so. Maybe fuck yourself. But not looking forward to it. And then after the 315 AMRAP, backing it down from 295 all the way down to 330, splitting those up in between 3s and 5s. So it should be good. I tried to upload a short of just one of my heavier deads, but got copyrighted. I guess the background music in the gym. I mean, I don't even know what song it was, but that shit got picked up immediately. So I took it down and I tried to re-upload it and edited the music out, but because I edited the music out, I guess in the app it changed out the image of the video, so now it just posts as a 12-second regular formatted video when you click on it. So like I said, bear with me, folks, I'm figuring this shit out, but at least the first video is live. We're out there. Nick and Cam, if you're watching, thank you. Kyle, hello. Keegan, thanks for joining me on this journey. See where this thing goes. But I mean, I got 1 subscriber and it's my main YouTube account and 1 view. Why are you copyrighting my short? Whatever. So then you gotta cover it up with fucking some non-copyright music, but then that takes out the banging and clanging of the weights, which is fun. So, I mean, what are we doing? I'm sure there's a way to go in and edit the audio and separate that, but I mean, I've had a hard enough time just splicing it up to begin with. So, I don't know. Maybe we'll put a pause on the shorts. Or maybe we'll just mute them all, and that's just what it is. But that's kind of lame. You want to have music or something to it. I'll figure it out. I don't know. Planning on doing the benching over on the powerlifting side, so it'll be a lot easier to get videos. The bench and the good blinker, you fucking jeez. The bench and the bodybuilding side it's a nice bench, but it's literally in the middle of everybody, and I would have to imagine Saturday at 7:30. I bet you there's probably quite a few people. And I just hate being the tripod guy. I'm not in a full influencer mode just yet. I don't know who I'm influencing. Full content creator mode. So I'm not whipping out a tripod. I don't even have a tripod. So when it comes to the videos, like I said, I'll get the compound movements on the powerlifting side, where you can just prop it up on something, put it in your shoe, do whatever you got to do. And everyone's recording their sets. All powerlifters record their sets, so that's fine. I ain't worried about that. So I'll get what I can on the bench. I'll throw those vids in and check in with y'all after. What is up, crew? We're checking in Saturday morning. Just wrapped up at the gym. Talk about a long one. I think just all of these lifts are gonna be long ones, and I ain't mad about it. I misspoke before going in that it was bench and overhead. It was actually bench and close grip. And then we did pull-ups, Yates rows, just basically bent over row, but a little bit more upright. And then some face pulls, dumbbell flies, and seated dumbbell curls. Felt fucking good. And I was thinking about it. I'm trying to not cuss as much. You know, I'm sure my family will probably get wise to this channel, but hey, can't really help it. So, sorry to my baby niece. Hey, you'll learn someday. Whatever. But no, let's run through it. So, I was able to get a couple videos. One on bench, one on close grip, one on the bent over rows. I tried to get the curls. They were looking and feeling hella juicy, but where I put the camera, couldn't see shit. You just see my big old legs. So probably not gonna include that one. But the first video you'll see, and I'm gonna try to splice it in right now, is 315 for 5. That was the top AMRAP set. I was really happy before going in. I know I was saying shooting for at least 3, hoping for 4 or 5. Was happy to get the 5. Felt really smooth, tracking pretty well, coming off the chest pretty quick. And then the rest of the sets were just backing down the ladder. So 295 for 3, 280 for 5, 265 for 3, 250 for 5, 230 for 3, and then the last set was 215 AMRAP, and I went for 15. I was trying to go fast, and actually I think I recorded that. If I did, it'll be right here. Look at me, fucking YouTuber. Tried to go fast, but that threw off my path. So I think if I would have honestly just gone more slow and controlled, I probably could have gotten more, or if I just committed to going fast, but I was like kind of in the between. But 15 at the end of moving some decent weight, I was pretty happy with. Moved over to close grip, warmed up 130, 160, and then all the working sets were at 200 pounds. That is, I ain't close gripping 200 kilos. 200 pounds, it went 3, 5, 7, 4, 6, 8, and I will include the set of 8 right now. And then and that felt pretty good. I was messing around with how close my hand should be, as well as where do I want to hit it on my chest. So I don't know, most of them I did suicide grip. Say what you want about suicide grip, sometimes it just feels better. And 200 pounds, if that kills me, then I deserve it. So, and just, you know, you still kind of hold on to it. I mean, you're gripping it, whatever. If that bar is going to fall out, thumbs aren't, whatever. But no, that felt good. Wrapped up on the powerlifting side, went over and banged out the pull-ups. I actually did I did 5 by 6, so increased a rep every set. I've been doing 5 by 5 earlier in this week, so jumping that up for today's session. Maybe should have waited till next week to try to do it for all of them, but when you're feeling yourself, you're feeling yourself. Yates Row's program called for 185. I went for 225. Just feels better. 3 by 12 there. I was able to get a video. I think it's kind of artsy. It looks kind of cool. So that video will be right here. Can't remember what set that was. It was either 2 or 3. So, and then moved over to face pulls. I do this thing where I take the single hand attachment, I put it all the way up to eye level, or maybe just even a little bit higher, and then I take my orange resistance band. It's probably about yay thick, and I put that in, and I'm able to rope it around my wrist, so then I don't have to hold on. Because I tried to do it with like the rope attachment, and it was just awkward the way you gotta grip it, and I was focusing more on that than actually the movement and the shoulders and rear delts and all that jazz. So threw on the I've been using that for probably the last 6 months to a year or so, and I really like it. Plus you get a little bit of that instability at the top when you're, you know, contracting. So overall I like it. I started at 80. The machine actually has the 5-pound increments that you can add on, and one of them dropped on. So the first set, like the first few reps was 80, jumped up to 85. That was too much, because normally I do higher volume. I'll do like a 5 by 10 or something like that, and with like 50 or 60. So 80, 85 felt a little bit too much. I mean, I got 12 reps, but I don't think you really need to load that up that heavy, in my opinion. Of all the things that you can, you know, load up and go heavy on, face pulls, I'm not tracking my, you know, rep max face pull. I'm never gonna max out face pull. So that is much more about just the feel and getting that contraction. And yeah, and honestly, it's more of like a PT movement for like healthy shoulders. So why would you, I guess you could load it up. I don't know. I'm not that concerned with that number. Of all the numbers, that's got to rank pretty low on my totem pole. So the next set I did 75, because I mean, I figured if the world was telling me and it sent down the 5-pound thing, I was supposed to do 75. So I did the next 2 sets with 75. I think on those 2 sets I got 15. Felt pretty good. Was pushing it towards the last couple reps. Moved over to chest flies with dumbbells. I like to do it on the 15-degree incline, not completely flat, but not really elevated. For me, it just feels the best. So I did that, 3 sets of 12 with the 55s. Would have liked to get a video of that, but like I said, it started getting pretty packed. I was lucky to find a free bench, and just the places to put your camera when you're just like propping it up and balancing it, not great. So didn't get that, but 3 by 12, that felt really good. And then the curls, maybe I'll throw it in. If I do, it's right here. Maybe. Did you see it? I don't know. And 3x12 is there as well with the 40 pounders, and that felt pretty good. But yeah, it was a long one. To give you a frame of reference, let's look at the numbies. 890 active calories. Now, if you remember back to my first video, to my dedicated followers, that was like in the 700s, and that was squats. So 890, even more. And again, just a frame of reference. 125 exercise minutes. So we were in there for a solid 2 hours. I did take my time warming up. My body is feeling pretty, stiff and sore and achy. So it took probably 20 minutes warming up. Normally I take 7 to 10. So felt pretty good about it. I was really happy with the bench, and that wraps up the first week. That wraps up the first week of doing YouTube. Hopefully, I can take some time to edit up the other ones and edit this one, obviously, and get on a little bit of a better cadence. Yeah, that's it for today, and I will catch y'all next week.